Hey guys, some of you have asked for a shop tour, so I'm going to take you through my shop real quick, show you how I have things set up, how things are laid out for me. So let's jump right in. Here's the entrance. Let's go right in. So here's a quick layout. Everything's always a work in progress for me. I'm always trying to look for ways to upgrade and update. The top level is kind of my wife's deal. That's where we store things in the house. But I'll take you right into, this is kind of my main workshop, office, whatever you want to call it. I've got my main workbenches. This is my workbench where I pull my carburetors, tear those apart. I've got all my most used tools, you know, for those smaller items. Paper towels or workshop towels, that sort of thing. I've got my toolboxes, all my main tools, all my tools. I'm currently working out of 3 toolboxes. I guess more if you consider the ones behind me, but those are all my tools that I use for small engines and cars, tractors, everything I work on. I'm working on consolidating those into kind of a bigger toolbox, one bigger toolbox, and then maybe keeping one of the roll carts. So I've been researching that a little bit, but that will be different here in the future. And then I've got my other workbench here. I've got my blade grinder, my bench grinder, my blade sharpener, my bench grinder, my blade balancer. And then I've got a bunch of spare parts, all my dirty old carburetors for spare parts. I've got oil. And then all these cabinets here are full of parts that I stock. Parts there, oil, a couple of shipments of parts that I haven't put away yet. Like I said, I kind of stock a lot of parts just so I can get things in and out of here pretty quick. There's, you know, air filters, for instance, just some of my most used air filters. So these are all full of parts. I've got quite a few parts in here. So I've got an air compressor, got a little welder. There's my spark plugs, my, you know, recoil rope, some extra belts, and then a bolt and nut and washer kind of assembly setup. So that's my main workshop, or like I said, workbench, however you want to call it. This is my lift. I love this thing. Couldn't do anything without it. This is made by Handy Industries. A lot of people ask about this. It is the Handy Industries, I believe I can't remember the exact name, but it's the 1200 lift, 1200 pounds or whatever. I added the side extensions, and then this is the deckhand. So you can drive a lawnmower up, or a riding mower up onto it, lock the wheels onto it, and then lift it up. So you can get underneath the deck, take off the blades, do anything like that, take the deck off, change out, you know, drive belts, anything like that. Super handy, no pun intended. But super handy that way. It saved my back. Shoot, I'm not even that old. You know, I'm not that old, but you know, when you're working 12, 14 hours a day in the summer, you know, you don't want to be bending over, laying on your back, on your knees. This thing is just incredible. So it is a little spendy, you know, with all the add-ons I did. I think I was about $2,500. You can get the lift just by itself, you know, just the gray part. Just the gray part, and then that black ramp on the back. I want to say that's about $1,200. But by the time you add the side extensions and then the deckhand and freight, you know, I was about $2,500. But you know, as for me doing this as a career, you know, I do this for a living, and you know, just wanting to save my body, you know, when I am older, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, definitely worth it for me. So something to look into, but just want to show you guys. So probably have some questions about that. So here's my stock of equipment that I'm currently, most of it's done except for the Coleman equipment. I'll put a link up here in the corner to that warranty video, but these 2 Coleman pieces I'm waiting on parts for, of course. But most of this is done, just waiting to be picked up. A couple of those are scrap pieces. Customer recently said, oh, I don't want it. A couple of these pieces are from the city, just waiting to be picked up. But this is all customers' equipment. Just waiting to be picked up, paid for, delivered, whatever. There's a couple in there that's mine. That riding mower's mine. Customer said he didn't want, so I fixed it up. It's actually a good mower. I use it to carry around a wheelbarrow or, you know, one of those little trailers and stuff. So those bins or barrels I use to separate metal parts that I can recycle. Take it in to recycle to get money. So one's for blades, one's for oil filters, one's for miscellaneous, you know, steel parts. So I separate those out, take it in, you know, when they get full and recycle them. You know, it's not much, but better than just throwing it away, sending it to the landfill. You know, I feel like I'm kind of doing my part by keeping stuff out of the landfill. Plus I get a few dollars here and there, so not bad. But that's what I do. And then back here, we've just got some more storage. This is my chemicals cabinet. Got all my flammables, chemicals, storage, stuff like that. I've got, you know, chain lube, tub of towels. If you guys don't use tub of towels, I recommend you try them out. These things are incredible. Like I said, I got chain lube, Marvel mystery oil. I've got my WD white lithium grease, carburetor cleaner, my Honda motorcycle oil for dirt bikes, Can-Am gear oil, Kubota oil. I work on a lot of stuff, so from tractors, you know, Kubota tractors, to Honda dirt bikes, to Polaris four-wheelers, to, you know, lawnmowers and stuff like that. So I kind of have a lot of different fluids and, you know, different stuff like that. But here's kind of, you know, everything that I keep. But there's that. Got a few different styles of battery chargers. Got a Napa one, a DeWalt one. Got the battery Tender brand or battery Junior, whatever it is. Got a couple from Snap-on that I actually love. I'll show you that in my toolbox tour, but those are actually my favorite, believe it or not. They're not that expensive. I've got my air vacuum oil remover. I don't know if that's what it's called. I'm just lost for words, but you can actually hand pump it too. That comes in handy. You know, when you can't tip something over or whatever. I don't use it a lot, but it has come in handy. And this is kind of my personal stuff. That's my John Deere mower, my kids, my son's dirt bike and four-wheeler. And then here's kind of my extra stock of oils. Mostly use Kinetics, you know, 5W30 for snow machines, 10W30, and then Briggs & Stratton SAE 30. I've got some extra parts, used parts, you know, some gas cans that I sell, the no spill cans. Those things are awesome. Just things of that sort. And then there's just some of my other tools for the house. And then that's about it back here. So that's it for my shop for the most part. Pretty good space for me. You always wish it was bigger, but you know, I know some people work out of smaller spaces, so can't help but be grateful, and I definitely won't complain. But it works for me, and it's been great, so I am grateful for that. But next thing I'm going to do on my list is I will insulate the bottom half I do lose quite a bit of heat out of there. So I'm going to insulate the bottom half, and then I'm going to wall it, make sure it's all sheeted up, then put some paint on it, make it look a little bit nicer. And I'm going to wall off the top half of that, so it's, you know, you don't see all of our crap. But I'll show you my boneyard real quick, just where I keep all my extra stock or used equipment. We got quite a bit of snow last night. I saw Phil up at Small Engine Nation. He was walking his dog. Looked like they were getting some snow. I think he's in Washington. Probably got the same storm cycle or whatever you call it. But here's my boneyard. It's all my extra machines. That's my tractor, but doing some work on that. I got it from my my wife's grandmother. It's pretty old. Can't remember. It's 1980, 89 maybe. But anyways, the rest of this is all just old equipment. Customer said they didn't want, wasn't worth it. Engine seized up, but almost every machine in here I've been able to scrap parts off of for customers, save them a little bit of money. So haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet. You know, this area is pretty full. I've got quite a bit of room back here. I can put stuff, but you know, I thought about maybe once a year going through and things that I haven't touched, maybe you know, take it to the recycle, get some money for it, scrap metal. But then again, you know, it's one of those deals where maybe, you know, that one time you need something, you say, shoot, well, I threw it away 2 years ago. So I haven't decided. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys hold on to this stuff for as long as you've got it, as long as you have the space for it? Or is it one of those deals where you trash it if you know, don't have a use for it or haven't used it for, you know, a year or two? So I'm curious what other guys are doing out there. So let me know what you think in the comments below, or what you guys are doing. But that's my boneyard, and that's kind of what I've got going now. So anyways, we'll end it there. So thanks for joining me, and appreciate you guys jumping in. That's my shop tour. If you guys liked it, hit that thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. It helps me out. I appreciate all you guys do. And if you have any questions or comments, or I missed something or ran through it too fast, let me know in the comments below, and I'll answer your question or retouch it on another video. But hope you guys had an awesome Christmas, and New Year's is coming up, so enjoy that. And hope you guys have an awesome New Year. So thanks again. You guys have an awesome day.